and welcome to Gaming Chat, the podcast where we invite members of the gaming community and industry to join us to play some of their favourite games whilst telling us about themselves and why they enjoy these games so much. I'm your host Mike, and joining me today is my bro Jack. Jack, come say hello.
Hello.
Hello, bro. So we are going to do things a little bit different. Obviously, it's games that we enjoy playing and stuff like that. But we do have a lot to say about the Mega Dimension DLC for Pokémon Legends CA. Now, Jack is a long-time Pokemon fan, and he did enjoy playing Pokemon Legends CA. But we do have thoughts about its DLC. So, bro, please tell us more.
Okay, so this is going to be a very controversial gaming chat. So it really is, because as Mike said, I'm a lifelong Pokemon fan, and the DLC leaves me conflicted because the game itself, Legends 8, did a lot of things right, and there's a lot of good new ideas, and it's fun, it's enjoyable. And the DLC, again, there's some good ideas there. I feel like there's more bad ideas about the DLC than there are actually good things. So in today's episode, we're going to be tackling the question of, is Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension worth, the DLC, is it worth the $29.99 price tag? The short answer is going to be a no, and we're going to get into that. Because as far as content goes, you have, realistically, if you wasn't being laboured or being pressurised by an RNG system that's totally out against you, you can blitz through the entire story in about 5 hours, and that includes the post-game battle.
Before we go into anything further, I will just say there could be some major spoilers ahead. So for anybody who doesn't want to hear any spoilers or anything, now's your time to tune out now. And if you're still with us and you want to hear things about like story, content and stuff like that, then strap in. Okay, bro, over to you again.
So, no, it's all good. I mean, I'm going to be avoiding spoilers as much as possible anyway, but it's like, honestly, you could probably do the whole story, the whole campaign in about 5 hours. I'm talking the first lot of battles to get to the end credits, the post-game battles, and then the post-game content. It's only really the side quests that take up more time, but that's mostly the case of it's like fetching carries. This NPC wants such and such Pokemon, but that Pokemon will not actually appear until you're in 3-star raids, and this Pokemon will not appear until you're in like 5-star raids or 4-star raids. So then you're on a side quest which is taking forever, not because you don't have the skill to do it, but because you actually need to wait for the game to refresh enough for you to go, that's the one I want. This raid right here, it gives me a Mankey. I need a Mankey. I'm going to jump in here. But, in all fairness, the one benefit to how the hyperspaces are presented in this game, depending on your progress, depends on what raids you'll get. If you've not advanced very far, you'll get 1 star. You've advanced further, done the second battle, yada yada, 2 stars, 3 stars become available. But unlike in Scarlet and Violet, like the mass outbreaks where they get refreshed daily, in this, all you need to do is walk to a Pokemon Center, go to a bench, sit down, chill out for a couple of hours, make it go nighttime, and all your hyperspace dens will refresh. Will you get the raids you want? Probably not. But you just keep refreshing until you find the ones you do. That's one benefit. But honestly, in terms of like how many Pokemon you can encounter in the DLC, we have a brand new Pokédex, the Hyperspace Pokédex, and you can catch a whopping, get ready for this, 132 Pokemon. So in the main game, we can catch originally 230 before Mewtwo and Diancie were added as X quests, bringing it to 232. But in Pokemon Legends Arceus, we could catch 242. So we're already 10 Pokemon less. Now in the DLC, you get tons, and I mean tons of repeats of Pokemon we could catch already, with only 132 new ones added. It's, when you compare it to the likes of Scarlet and Violet, or Sword and Shield, which both had like their, Sword and Shield, it was like $29.99 for the DLC and about £34 or 40 quid for Scarlet and Violet. But bear in mind that's for £2 DLC. The new areas, Isle of Armor, added 200 Pokemon.
Yeah.
In fact, that added like 210 or 211, I think, in the first Pokedex, and then the Crown Tundra was 200. So on the DLC, 2 extra Pokemon Dexes, 200 each. In Scarlet and Violet, Kitakami, 200 Pokemon. Blueberry Academy, 200 Pokemon. So you're paying that 30 to 40 quid limit for 2 lots of DLC, 2 lots of content, 2 lots of Pokedexes. For Legends EA, you're paying that much money for not even 140 Pokemon. And only one Pokedex.
Kind of makes you think that maybe there's a part 2 coming along, but seeing as they haven't announced anything of like a part 2, it's a bit hard to say, really.
It would be nice, it really would be nice if there was a part 2 that adds something else. I mean, me personally, given that this whole game, the premise is the protagonists have come to Lumiose for a vacation, a holiday, I would like a DLC where they go back to their hometown or their home region and you spend, a DLC just there having a little adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That would help justify the cost. To be paying this much for 132 Pokemon, 20 of which are actually legendaries and mythicals, so you've only got 112 to catch before you're just going after legendaries. It's quite a low blow.
Yeah.
For like I said, there's things it does right, there's things it does wrong. The DLC gets more wrong than what the main game did right. The lower Pokédex, it's noticeable. I mean, you got to think, this is, I know we're on Switch 2 now, we're in a new generation, but this is like the last Pokemon Switch game. There are actually still Pokemon from previous gens that are missing, that are not obtainable in a Switch game. In fact, I actually do have a small list. Just got to find it on my phone. Because there are Pokemon that are MIA.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon such as Gen 3's Tallow, Swallow, Skitty, Delcatty, Spinder, Clampel, Huntail, and Gorbis.
Right.
We're also missing Unovan Darumaka, is it? No, Darumaka's fine. He's president of Sword and Shield. But there are still Pokemon out of the 1,025 we're at now that are still MIA on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Given the fact that we got lowballed with the Pokédex, surely you could have just added them in. Just to round it up, just to finish off that Switch saga of a swan song.
Yeah. I mean, there are going to be some Pokemon that, are always going to, miss the cut. Especially when there's like over 1,000 of the darn things. One of the things that kind of gets me with this DLC, now I kind of understand what they were trying to do with like this hyperspace to make these pockets so that you can, catch Pokemon that you can't necessarily catch in the Lumiose region. And you'll get a number of them that are like from Galar region, or they're from the I'm going to lose it now, from Gen 7, the like the Hawaiian Alola, the Alola region.
Alola.
Absolutely blanking, the Alola region. So it's like, okay, so you got these, and then there's like even some from like the Hisuian region. So you had Quillfish in it, for example, or Overquill. And it's like, okay, that's great, but why am I fighting them in like alternate versions of Lumiose when what they could have done was these like pocket dimensions of like the Galar region, of Alola, of Hisui. So you'd have a different, environment each time to fight these, and fight and catch these specific Pokemon. Rather than, I've got to climb up this building yet again for the upteenth time, which you have to go around the right to the very, very back to try and get the elevator to take you up, and then lose time, basically.
I mean, I'm gonna have to do a very, very bit small teeny story to elaborate on what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
So, the whole premise of the DLC is hyperspace Lumiose has opened up. And the theory that Corbeau gets about it is it's their projected consciousness, the people who live in Lumios, it's what they're thinking and feeling.
Yeah.
But in terms of what you said, about having certain hyperspaces specific to very certain areas, such as like having a hyperspace Gala or Hisui, honestly, there's no reason why they couldn't, because when you think about the museum that we have,
Yeah.
where you have that whole Hisuian area, that display, you know, a throwback to Legends Arceus, there is no reason why you couldn't have actually had hyperspace Hisui above it.
No.
Because someone would have been thinking about it. For that part of the consciousness to be projected, someone would have had to thought about it.
Yeah.
That would have made, story-wise, a lot of sense.
Well,
and it would have been a lot better.
because
That way you
it's
could
about the
go
people
to
of Lumios, about the people of Lumios that are having these dreams and feelings and things, right? There are people in Lumios that have come from other regions and they have other Pokemon from visiting those regions. So, you know, there's no reason why they can't say, oh, because he's visited the Galar region, he was dreaming about it. Certain trainer, whatever. I'm just putting it at, you know, generalisation here. They could have been dreaming about it, and the Pokemon that he caught there, well then, hey ho, well there we have the Pokemon, don't we? You know what I mean? Or like you were saying about Hisui, okay, so there'll be no one who's living that's been to Hisui, but if they've been to the museum and they were thinking about the Pokemon that they've caught there, or what could have been caught there, you know, that could have projected as well. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, you know, what you said, which would have justified having certain Pokemon, and it'd actually give you the option of, oh, I've got a Cubone now. Do I go into that hyperspace Alola areas and so I can evolve it into an Alolan Marowak? Yes, please. Instead of praying, you get an area where you can just catch the Alolan Marowak.
Yeah, there does seem to be a lot of missed opportunities here, and I think, you know, I mean, obviously these are just our projections and, you know, our thoughts and opinions. I'm sure there may be other people that think, do you know what, you're just talking a load of old tosh. And it's like, I actually, you know, like going through hyperspace Lumios and that. And I'm not saying they could have got rid of hyperspace Lumios completely. No, they could still have that. But
I mean, you know, it would have been nice, is all.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least a bit more thought out or fleshed out to justify why these Pokemon are here in the first place. What brings them here?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a lot more, I think a bit more dynamic as well, you know, to just change things up, because I mean the problem with these kind of games, and especially with like the DLC, is it becomes very, very repetitive, and especially when you're doing like the survey challenges and stuff like that. It's like, okay, it's basically the same thing. Catch so many Pokemon, collect so many of these shiny items, destroy so many of these hovering Pokeballs, floating Pokeballs, and it's like, okay. And then obviously there's the battle area where you can fight so many different trainers and stuff like that. And okay, that changes things up a little bit. But it's like you're going through the exact same places over and over and over again. And I just think if they had, like, okay, the beach in Hisui where you fight certain Pokemon, or, you know, the Alola region or something, and it just had to be a little pocket. I mean, a lot of these environments and whatever exist anyway, so we already got the Galar region on Nintendo Switch, so a 3D space of that exists. Especially, you know, with the Switch visuals.
I will play devil's advocate, yeah, and this is purely because I really, really, really want an Alolan Rattata for my my shiny living decks in Pokemon. I wish they added Alolan Rattata in the game. I do. We've got Alolan Marowak, right? We've got Alolan Rattata, and it's sorry, we've got Alolan Marowak, we've got Alolan Meowth and Persian, right? We've got them in the DLC here. In Scarlet and Violet, we have the Sandshrews, the Alolan Sandshrews, the Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Rattata is MIA, dude. I want my Alolan Rattata.
Where's my Alolan Rattata?
I mean, yes, I can boot up Pokemon Go and I can catch them quite easily in that. That's fun. Man, I still want an Alolan Rattata. What did Rattata ever do to people?
It was far too common Pokemon that's just annoyed everyone. Sorry.
I'm gonna blame Joey. that we never got like a proper Joey with a load of Rattata. Now he's never come back.
Oh, dear.
But no, it's like, because in terms of like the story and the progression, obviously, the DLC, as we've all seen in the trailers, you're introduced to a girl called Ansha. Ansha is accompanied by a Hooper, and by making donuts, it powers Hooper up so the players can actually explore the hyperspace Lugian to find out what's going on, why it's causing a problem, and how to save the day. It's simple stuff. But the problem with that, as viewers say, is it does get very grindy very quickly. Because to advance the story, players need to explore the dens, the hyperspaces, to advance, and in the hyperspaces, they've got to complete all these quests to earn research points to get to the required goal to then advance on to the next boss battle, this battle, that battle. Oh, you've done it. Well done. Now, can you go back and get another 25,000 points? Now, can you go back and get 50,000 points? Now, can you go back and get 75,000 points? Oh, you know what? You done it. You beat the boss, but it's not actually the boss because Ansha's very clear on what Pokemon she wants you to catch, and we don't even make it catchable in the main campaign of the DLC. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the credits, make you think you're done, but then you got to do the post game, and guess what? You've got to get some more research points. Then you got to make an extra special donut to go here, an extra special donut to go there. Oh, you've got them both. That's great. More research, please. While we find out what the new donut is going to be for you. It does get very repetitive, very grindy. Because let's be honest, again, with the lower amount of Pokédex, the less amount of Pokemon that you can catch, and how repetitive certain dens can be, because like the rarer ones, like your Hisuian Quillfish, they don't appear as often. So you could be like, I really want my Overquill now because I want an Overquill to add to my Pokédex. You ain't going to find him, but it's alright because you're about going to the 10th den to go catch a Spuper. Just to do the missions again for the research quest. It's very, very grindy. And honestly, playing this DLC, this is the longest it's ever taken me to complete a Pokédex.
That long, huh?
Let's do it for context. So my playtime in total for Legends ZA is 171 hours.
Right.
102 hours was playing Legends ZA. I've nearly done 70 hours on the DLC. I am not finished the DLC. I've done every quest, of which an extra 80 have been added, but I still have the 8 more Pokemon that I need to catch.
Oh wow.
Right, and they're not all legendaries. They're not all the legendaries are mythical. Some of them are just normal Pokemon that I still need to catch. The problem is they only appear in 5-star raids, which only happen after you beat the game, after you beat the post-game content boss, to get into the post game. And then, when you're in the post game, right, you have to again get 25,000 research points just to go to a certain NPC to get him to do a special scan for you, which will open up a new hyperspace portal for you to go in. And that hyperspace portal could be a hyperspace wild zone battle where you got to take on powerful trainers that are level 200 Pokemon. It can be just a normal special scan place of Pokemon that you've already encountered for like 100 times already, just trying to get to that point. Or you're lucky and there's going to be a legendary there, or something, And so there's 3 types of very, very special scans that you can do. And the bad news is, it don't matter if you hard save it or soft save it or whatever, when you get enough research points to get that scan is predetermined. You cannot change it, you cannot reset it. So if you end up getting a scan you've done already, you will have to do it again.
Oh dear.
So it's like, oh yeah, I've already done like 2 special scan hyperspace battle zones. Let's go do a 3rd.
Yay.
I just want to catch a Frigibax, man, alright? I just want to catch a Frigibax. I've done my ranked, I've got my Megastone with Excalibur, I just want my Frigibax. I have a sparkling donut ready to go. That's ice power 3, alpha power 3. I am ready for this hunt. Just don't give it to me.
I want my bags.
I want my shiny Godzilla, alright? My shiny alpha mega Godzilla.
Friggy bags.
Oh, you know what else would be nice? A Rotom. It'd be really nice to catch a Rotom. Very early on in my playthrough, you come across an NPC and you battle them because they have all the Rotoms and you beat them to get the Rotom catalogue. I have still yet to encounter an actual Rotom in the wild.
I'm not going to have time to beat this guy.
I feel like Peter Griffin.
No!
Going, stop mocking me.
Reset! Do it like the other ones. Reset! Let me have another chance. No! No!
But no, it's like the one benefit though of those hyperspace.
Oh dear.
The one benefit of the hyperspace battle raids though is at least they're a lot easier to complete than trying to hunt down Pokemon. Just avoid the red trainers if you want to live. But certain trainers will actually give you some of the rarer balls, the apricorn balls. Yeah. So you can get additional dream balls and moon balls if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
But yes, suffice to say, DLC, yeah, it's good. I do like the story, but it is grindy. The payoff doesn't feel up to the challenge. Like more should definitely have been done. I can see what they were going for, but this price tag, it's like, come on now, buddy. What are we playing at?
Yeah, no, it's something that does put me back a lot, especially with the price tag. Like, okay, so it's an extra €30 for it, and it's like they announced it before the game was even released that it's going to be getting DLC and all that, and it's like, right, okay. But we are all suckers, and we are going to pick it up anyway, and we are going to want that little bit more of our Pokemon adventure and whatnot, even though we wish they would do a hell of a lot more with it. It's like, why is this game still looking like it could run on a PS3? Why is it, the moves just look so disjointed? But we'll fight you, go on then. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, it's alright to jump into now and again. Now, I've been playing Pokemon, around about the same time as you. We first started playing with like Red and Blue. Then I've kind of like fell out of it, and there was a period where you fell out of it as well, and then you got back into it around, what is it, like Omega Ruby and Aqua Sapphire?
No, I got back into it because of Sun and Moon, but because at that point I had the DS, I then picked up Omega Ruby and Sapphire.
Fair enough. And then I eventually got back into it again with Scarlet and Violet, because obviously it was on the Switch then. But I don't know.
And Let's Go. I do enjoy Let's Go.
Yeah, we always wanted a Let's Go Johto, and Let's Go Johto was a no-go. If that makes sense.
Let's Go Johto was a no-go. That if there was ever a Pokemon game that needed DLC, it was Let's Go game, because what they could have just done is made it one massive game, and every couple of years add a new region as DLC. Add Johto.
Yeah.
Add Hoenn. Add Sinnoh.
Yeah.
They could have made that their online game.
They had the whole peripheral for it as well, didn't they? The Pokeball.
Yeah. It got its own peripheral. But it's like, you'll think the starter Pokemon. Right, we have Pokemon Home on Switch, which you were able to transfer all your Pokemon from Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home. Do you know what Pokemon you can't transfer? Your starter from Let's Go.
No.
So, thankfully, Let's Go is compatible with Switch 2 because of backwards compatibility, so we can keep the likes of my Gizmo. Gizmo's still alive and here. But
Gizmo is his partner Pikachu, for anyone.
Yes, The Pikachu reminds me of Gizmo from Gremlins. It had to be done. Normally I call my starter after my dog, but Gizmo had to be done.
It's still going.
No, it's a good idea. You know, it's great that in the DLC you can get costumes of certain characters, and you can get them in different colours, so you can look like some of your favourite characters from the game.
Yeah.
And you know, it's some of the ideas, some of the execution. It's really done. It's really done well. But honestly, Mega Dimension as a DLC feels like they dropped the ball. Like, oh goody, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. After, you know, trying to grind another hyperspace battle zone. Thank you very much. That is what I want from my special scans when I'm trying to complete a Pokédex. Oh, I wouldn't mind. Okay. But my last two were hyperspace battles. I don't want to battle anymore. I just want to catch a Rotom and the entire Frigibax line. I want to finish my Pokédex. I'm starting to feel like Vegeta from the Team 4-Star Edition. I wanna be a Super Saiyan. I wanna fill my Pokédex. The RNG needs to stop messing with me and let me fill my Pokédex.
It would be on top of the flipping heck. It's on top of the flipping building.
Hello, Star you.
That's a bit far. I've seriously got to go all the way around here. This is another thing that I really am not a fan of. We're gonna stick it on top of the flipping buildings. Right, okay, I've got to go back up the scaffold that I was at.
Yeah, I'm not using my scalp by Philly power and that. No, thank you. Item power, coin state, yes. I'll use that one. Go on, Hooper, eat another donut. That's what you need. I'm by the time I'm done with this game, I'm taking Hooper to Fat Fighters.
All these donuts.
I've gone into more hyperspace zones than I'd like to admit. He's going to Fat Fighters. These donuts are getting bigger and sweeter. And
either that or he's going to join the Lumiose police. Oh no, I'm going to end up using one of these donuts and I didn't really want to. Sparkling power psychic 2, sparkling power flying. Alright then, it'll have to be that one. Yeah, I'll use that one.
Ooh.
Need to start making more donuts.
I think I've got like 50 left.
I've got one. Oh, flipping heck. Stay away from me, Pika guys. It's not you I want, Pika dudes.
Knock out unaware Pokemon in one hit. Well, that ain't gonna happen if you kill my Charizard, is it?
Oh, I did the long move. What we got here? Is that the eels? Oh, it's the eels. It's not the eels I found. Oh, want to attack me now? Got another eel here, and all. Oh, got an alpha electric as well. Go on then. Go for it. That did nothing. Oh dear. I'm in trouble now. Oh, actually, hold on. Ground moves, maybe. Yeah, ground moves will do it.
Oh, that's like you. How are you?
Yeah. Come on. Get out of the way. Take out the other one. It's just been annoying.
But no, I really want to like the DLC. You know, when I was watching all the trainers, it's like, oh, I could get behind this. It's sporadic. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But the more I play it, it's like the more of a bad taste it leaves in my mouth because this isn't Kitakami. This isn't Blueberry Academy. It's not even the Crown Tundra.
No.
I mean, it's got more of a story than Crown Tundra. But you didn't need to play this long just to catch a couple of Pokemon.
No. Why is this taking so long to beat an electric?
Because look, don't get me wrong, I know Pokemon's whole slogan is got to catch them all, but it doesn't mean I want to go into the same wild zones over and over and over just to catch my 100th Pidgey. I want to catch all the Pokemon to build my Pokédex, not just the same Pokemon.
Catch the same Pokemon.
I mean, clearly Pokemon Legends Arceus got rid of that gimmick for the Pokédex for a reason. So why are you trying to? Why is the DLC trying to bring it back?
I don't know. I don't know. I keep finding all the Pikachus and the Raichus and everything, and that's not what I want. It's the Toxicity. Where are you, dude? There's an elevator there. Maybe that'll take me up.
Just evolve with Toxel.
I know, but I like to catch them as well. Because I might find an alpha. Oops.
Don't forget, you need to change the nature of the Toxels depending on what Toxtricity you get.
That is true. How would I change its nature?
You use the mints.
Ah, okay then.
Adamant mint, things like that.
Oh, hello. It's not going to do much. Saving here. Take it out, come on.
Here we go. Yeah, poison my Fergulator, that's exactly what I needed. I'm so glad you did that, because I wanted my Feraligatr to be purple.
Do this.
That's a lovely pink you got there.
Thank you. Get in the ball.
Feraligatr, no! How dare you die?
Yay, we got them all. Right, okay, now where's the gold ball going to appear?
Right,
and am I going to have time to get there? No.
So what about you, Mike? What are some of your thoughts on the DLC?
I'm a little bit mixed with everything, to be fair. I mean, there's a lot of things that I think it does that are interesting. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more. I mean, like, I'm still stuck on the thought that maybe they should have done the, like I said, have a little bit of like a Gala pocket dimension or a Lola pocket dimension. And I think that would have been good to help introduce these new, you know, the region-specific Pokemon to the game. But they didn't. It's a shame. Of course, it runs out of energy as soon as I'm about to smash them crystals, but never mind. I found the gold Pokeball. I'm good with that. But yeah, I do feel like, as always with these things, it does feel more and more like a cash grab, and it's a shame because, you know, I really, really wanted to enjoy this game, and Arceus did a lot of things that I very, very much enjoyed, or, you know, Pokemon Legends Arceus did a lot that I enjoyed, and in this game. Yep. I mean, the inside areas and everything look great and all, like when you're in the sewers at the moment, you know, and that looks pretty cool. But then you go out and you go into the big wide city, and it's like JPEG buildings and things, and there's just no dimension to it. They look very, very flat. And it's like, they could have done a bit more. Like parapets, like you're in there at the moment, you're in that sewer, you can see like the pillars up the side, you know, you've got that. Whereas, like, outside, everything is pretty much flat. It's like, where's the pillars? Where are the parapets?
Because there's St. Rarest says this, because you mentioned it, on one of the quests I did, you have to go see Mabel at the Pokemon Research Lab.
Yeah.
And, so I've gone back there recently to do this quest.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I'm looking at the bookshelf that she's got to her right. And it's the lack of detail on the books. It really throws me out.
Yeah.
They look so generic and so bland. It's like, now come on, buddy. Look at this sewer. Look at this sewer. And then you have a book and it's like, we're not even going to have a little bit of chicken scratch to make it look pretty. No, let's just make it plain and flat.
You're like, dudes. Come on.
I mean, I know you're a researcher, Mabel, but come on.
Yeah. I was going to say something really, really mean then, and it would have been unnecessary, but it would have just been for the sake of humour. Maybe I'll tell you off the camera.
As you should.
But anyhow, I think this is where we are going to leave the video. So thank you everybody for taking the time to listen to us or watch us. It's very, very much appreciated. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Game and Chat. We also have the YouTube channel, MikeTendo64, where we also play post gameplay videos. We have our website, MikeTendo64.com. But that's enough about me. Jack, where can they find you? Oh wait, this is going to sound like deja vu.
You can find me everywhere that Michael just said. But to round it out with a bit of controversy, because who doesn't love controversy? To summarise what we've gone over today, Pokémon Legends EA the game, good. The DLC for the price tag, bad, unless it gets new content added for free. I mean, yes, we get some new megas. They look good, half of them. Others play good, right? But to incite the hate to really get going, Scarlet and Violet did it better. As far as DLC goes, Scarlet and Violet did it better.
I am inclined to agree with that because we also got Blood Moon, Ursaluna. Oh no, wait, that was the other one. So, wait, hang on.
No, Scarlet and Violet was as Blood Moon, Ursaluna.
Yeah.
That was in Kitakami.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Which had its own little, the mysterious forest where you had Hisui and Pokemon in it. Yes. See that really good Dimension DLC? That had a Hisui area. Why can't you?
Exactly. Come on. And with that, we shall end the video. So, thank you very much, bro, for joining me for this. We will obviously, continue to record well into the new year as well. We've got more games coming up, and we'll probably might even do an M64 retrospective of this year and our hopes for next year as well. So, thank you very, very much for everyone. Do you have any final thoughts, bro?
Oh, we hope you enjoyed our very controversial review, and if you want more, let us know what games you hate, and we'll play them.
Yay! Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, everyone,
keep on gaming.